I think I have a very different view from my uncle. I think the coalition fragmented even before it started. I cannot understand the logic in terms of the way they voted at that primary. If indeed the leaders of those parties who are involved saw Gambia, I cannot see how they could have chosen Adama Barrow over Halifa Sallah. Even if you wake up somebody who's never been to school in the village from sleep, you put Adama Barrow, he speaks for 5 minutes at that convention. You put Halifa Sallah, you would know that Halifa Sallah was more qualified to put the Gambia on a path towards democracy. He was more qualified to put the Gambia through a transition. Today, there would not have been issue of 3 years and 5 years. Why did we vote for someone who was never tested over somebody who has proven consistency over the past 25 years? So they failed us. Those who voted failed us. They did not vote based on national interest. They voted based on other interests. Because if we are really voting for based on who is more convincing, who has the pedigree, who has the capacity to put the Gambia into, see Gambia through a successful transition, it was hands down Halifa Sallah. But they never voted for him. What pained me more was that Halifa took 70 delegates, I guess. Not even 70 voted for Halifa. Yeah. And that was painful.
No, I think that he's right. No, he's right. He's right. But for me, I asked my delegation to vote for Adama Barrow because for me, I thought Adama Barrow was better than Yahya Jammeh. Because, no, this is only, and I can put my hand on the Quran. If we had not voted for the candidate of the UDP, they will not be part of the coalition and Yahya Jammeh will continue to be here. That's why I did it. Only that is. But because also we had an agreement. And in that agreement, we had committees. Unfortunately, you have talked about Halifa. Halifa was the spokesperson of the, and I was the one who chose Halifa in New York. We went to the university where Martin Luther King went. And we were talking about the, I said, well, if we are going to have a coalition, I'm proposing Halifa Sallah to be the Secretary General. He came and he be the Secretary and the spokesperson of the coalition. But when they were choosing those committees, it was Sidia Jatta who said that for the governance committee, which you know that all decisions, appointments to be taken by the president, that committee who should consult for advice. But the president was convinced after he became president that he's an executive president. He doesn't need to take advice from anybody. That's the problem. So that is why I thought if we have agreed to go to the coalition for parliament and all these things, then we could have controlled the president. But you can see that it's on record that the president went on tour while I was Minister of Agriculture for the election of the parliamentary and campaigned for them. But I was here, he didn't take me on tour. And he gave each and every member of parliament, candidate of UDP, $150,000 and not one penny to our 16 PVP candidates. This shows the type of coalition that we had. That's why I said, I have somebody to blame for it. Because we should have seen Gambia and not party. We should have seen Gambia and not individual. We should have seen the interests of Gambia above everything else.